And computer models show that the group which tends to dominate other groups is the group that is high in positive and negative ethnocentrism, all else being equal.
At the beginning of what you were saying then, a word popped into my mind, and then you mentioned that word, which was traitor. For people to be traitors, is that a genetic trait? Or is, well, I think that's what it's really genetic signals there for people. Is it beneficial to be a traitor? It might be beneficial for you as an individual, but then if you look at you passing your genes on, is there a benefit there?
As a rule, no. So as a rule, there's nuances to this. So in general, in history, we have, until the Industrial Revolution and the weakening of harsh Darwinian conditions, your child mortality rate is 50%, and you're battling with other groups for resources. And computer models show that the group which tends to dominate other groups is the group that is high in positive and negative ethnocentrism, all else being equal. So obviously, it is not good to have traitors in your group. It's inherently bad, because then your group is more likely to be subverted and taken over by another group. However, if you look at another thing which is useful to have in a group is genius. What is a genius? A genius generally combines outlier high intelligence with moderately antisocial traits. He is low in agreeableness, which means that new ideas always offend against vested interests, but he doesn't care about that. In fact, he might quite like offending against vested interests and stirring people up. He is low in conscientiousness, i.e. rule following, which means that he can think outside the box. He can think the unthinkable, which most people can't. And he is high in mental instability, and so therefore there is a degree to which the world is swirling chaos and he wants to make sense of it and solve problems. And also, if you're anxious, you're kind of thinking all the time. You're constantly ruminating, which will help you to come up with new ideas. So he's basically an antisocial person. But the plus side then is that he can come up with some amazing weapon, some amazing new idea or whatever, which is of benefit to the group. Consequently, it is beneficial to have a moderately low level of antisocial people in your group. Similarly, if you look at the psychology of the martyr, and it's useful to have people like that will lay down their lives for the group, those people are high in psychopathic traits. They are so narcissistic or whatever that they think that God has sent them to fight to the death for the group, or they just love taking risk. They're evolved to a world of chaos. They love taking risk, and this includes the risk of being killed or whatever it happens to be. So again, it becomes beneficial for there to be a moderate low level of antisocial people within the group. Obviously, the flip side of that, these people are adaptive for the group, but the flip side of that will be different combinations of these negative traits, leading to people that are objectively just negative. So you know, to combine those genius traits with insufficient intelligence, and you just have the useless dreamer. Mix those traits up in a certain way, and you have someone espousing maladaptive ideas that are bad for the group. You have someone that's a criminal, that's just inherently a psychopath that goes around killing people, that's bad for the group. That is, in evolutionary terms, potentially a price worth paying because of the good side, which is the genius and the martyr. So that's how these negative traits can then stay in the group.